Can you tease about this new season? I know you just started shooting, but
Well, you know what? Every season, it's like there's going to be bigger, better, more crazy. I think the Sharks have a really funny way of we all know each other. We're like a weird family who, fights sometimes and gets along sometimes. And I think you'll see more of our craziness that happens between us. I think you'll see a lot of very sophisticated things come into the Shark Tank, more and more than ever before. So I think, and there's some guest sharks. I forgot. There's 3 guest sharks. So I think I can't tell you who, but they're very exciting.
now speaking of guest sharks, if you could have any guest shark you wanted on the tank, who would it be?
Oh my God! If I could pick anybody, who would it be? I'd probably pick Mark Burnett.
And what are some of the changes you've noticed of Shark Tank over the years?
Changes? Well, I think that it's gotten more sophisticated. I think that who comes into the tank has gotten more sophisticated. I've always been a softie, though, for some of those like silly, wacky people that come in where it's just a simple product with a simple idea. So I like that. But I think it just gets better and better and better. And we have this audience that just keeps growing and growing and growing. So there's always an excitement and an energy that's amongst everybody, sharks and entrepreneurs.
And is there a deal that you didn't take and that you now regret or that you missed?
I'm a no-look-back person. I never look back. I just move forward. So I'm thrilled with the ones that I have, and I just work on helping them. And I couldn't even tell you one, honestly.
That's good.
Yeah.
What are some of the trends that you've noticed for this season?
The trends? Well, we've only been shooting one day, so I'm sorry to say that.
Maybe over the years.
Yeah. What are some of the trends I've noticed? Going more into the tech, more into apps. That wasn't so much in the beginning at all, and now I find that there's a lot of techie items that come in, a lot higher priced items, a lot higher valuations. People coming in with things like, I want $1 million for 10%, and we're like, well, wait a minute. As Kevin would say, it's a nothing burger. Like, why would we put in our time? I think that people I hope people this season realize that that's really actually not good. Give something so that we'll be interested, so that we'll put our heart and soul into it. I love the ones that come in and say, I want you to have some stake in the game. That's a smart entrepreneur.
And speaking of a smart entrepreneur, have you noticed things that make an entrepreneur more likely to be successful when he enters the Shark Tank?
Yes, listening to what the sharks say. Sometimes we get entrepreneurs where no matter what the shark says, they're not hearing what's going on and they keep going. One of my favorites was one guy came in and he kept going for Damon to listen to him because Damon wasn't listening. He didn't agree. And the guy said, but Damon, do this. And Damon was like, I'm out. And he said, but Damon, this went on and on and on. Never heard him. 4 other sharks sitting there, right? So I think they should, to be better in the tank, they should try to listen to us, but they should also be trying to offer us something that makes us feel like they really want to partner.
And then my final question for you, if you could go back in the past and talk to yourself at the beginning of your journey with Shark Tank, what would you tell yourself?
They're all cream puffs. No, I'm kidding. Oh, just kidding. I don't know what I can tell myself. People usually ask that about, if you could go back to your little self, what would you tell yourself? And then I always say, don't sweat the small stuff. If I could go back into the Shark Tank, what would I tell myself? Don't invest in certain companies. I did. Yeah, right. Don't invest in the few that, didn't turn out so good.